goodness, as I left my coffee outside, out in the kitchen. Goodness gracious.
Sorry, I've never streamed on 残りの平穏を楽しめ少年。
Enjoy the peace while you can, boy, but your days are numbered.
そして
And
全
then
てが変わる。
everything shall change. Ugh, my head is killing me. These morning migraines are the worst. Every morning without fail, I always wake up to a sensation not unlike my skull being pounded by a jackhammer. It's almost like a heartbeat. I feel like my head is going to split open. It's weird though, because even though the pain is so intense, it never lasts long. Hey, Night Gamer! Game music louder than you. Oh, cool, thank you. I will fix that. Turn this down a little bit. How's that? Is that better? Or is it now too low? How are you? This is my first ever YouTube stream. So I had to reset up all of OBS for YouTube, and it was so I just kind of downloaded a thing. I'm gonna fix it up to look like my Twitch soon, but it's weird though, because even though the pain is so intense, make it a little higher. Okay. That better? What's up, bud? What's up? I don't know if you just heard that sad meow. Perfect. Alright, let's get back to Soccer Angels. So I'm super pumped to be playing this because it's banned on Twitch, and I had it, I bought it, well, or got it, I think it's free. I don't know. Walter, whatever. I was almost right over the cat. But, I've been wanting to play it, and I haven't, so then I was like, I'm just gonna stream it on YouTube. So, I don't even think my YouTube's, set up at all for anything to, look pretty, or... Oops. So it isn't too much of a hassle in the grand scheme of things, but it certainly isn't a fun way to wake up. I just find it odd how consistent it seems to be. Anyway, enough pondering these weird mysteries. It's time to tackle the day. I think the game has moved on to... Yeah, I tried to, get it to fit right, but it, doesn't fit right. I mean, there's... Yeah, that could work. We could keep it there. Yeah, I am not great at the whole OBS thing. Is that better? In OBS, you can make it fit the screen. Oh. Let's see. Let's check that out. Properties. What did I do? Force scaling? No. Oh, fit to screen. Like that? Because that's what it did. It just kind of moved it up a little bit. That's okay. That's all of it. It's all there now. My OBS makes things look weird. I have to, figure this out one day. It's still early. Too early. If I had it my way, the world wouldn't start until at least a good way into the afternoon. But sadly, life just isn't that wonderful. Pulling back the curtains to let the light flood into my room, I surpassed the urge to let out a hiss, almost blinding myself in the process. Too bright. The rest of my time getting ready is spent fighting with my uniform, a tie becoming all the more problematic to put on when you're half asleep, Oh god, I've actually got my hand stuck in it. Almost choking myself to death in the most pathetic fight ever, I finished putting on the tie, the rest of my uniform complying peacefully with me. That's weird. I settled for just flattening my hair down with my hands. Blinking into the mirror, I'm left staring back at someone with messy black hair. It's close enough. Somewhat dressed and somewhat ready, I stumble out of my room, my legs still not fully awake. Uneven steps carry me dangerously down the stairs, and I soon emerge into the kitchen. I'm greeted by silence. The kitchen is empty. A familiar scene for me. My parents are what you might call workaholics. Basically, they spend more time at their respective jobs than they ever do here. I only ever get to catch them during the evening while we're eating, and then everyone goes off to bed and the cycle repeats. Don't get me wrong, I understand they have to work in order to keep us living comfortably, so I don't hate them for it. It just gets, I don't know, lonely. Oh well, there's no use moping about it. It's been like this for years, so I don't know why I was getting all emotional about it now. The plus side of them not being around is that I quickly had to learn how to cook for myself. It's amazing how fast you can adapt to that sort of stuff when you're starving. I don't think I have enough time for anything fancy to eat for breakfast, so I just settle for toast. You can never go wrong with toast. Okay, you might be able to go wrong with toast. I have sudden traumatic flashbacks to when the toaster erupted into flames. What a day that was. But I've learned from my mistakes now. It won't happen a third time. Having devoured only slightly charred toast, I sling my bag over my shoulder before starting off for the front door. I give the empty house one last look over before opening the front door. It's kind of depressing to have no one to say goodbye to. But again, this has been the same for every weekday morning since forever ago. The sun is shining high in a cloudless sky. Birds are chirping overhead. Waves of students are passing by, happily chatting with one another as they all make their way to school. It's all so horrible. I'm not much of a morning person, so I can't even begin to fathom how everyone can be so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed right now. I mean, it's taking all of my willpower just to be able to put a foot in front of the other without just crumpling to the ground. I just have to hope that breakfast kicks in and gives me the energy I need before I'm forced to literally drag myself through the school gates. While keeping my head down and my eyes glued to the ground as I soldered on, I suddenly noticed the vibrant atmosphere from before is gone. Silence has completely taken over. My steps the only thing making any noise. The air is still. Huh? It's a bit strange. Bringing my head up, I met with an unsettling sight. The street is deserted. No students, no cars, and even the cheerful chirping of the birds is gone. What? I hurry on forward, hoping to at least run into somebody. Anyone. Even the sun's once golden rays seem muted, the world tinged in dreary tones. But there still isn't a cloud in the sky. Okay, this is definitely starting to freak me out. I need to just... A splitting pain shoots through my head, stopping me in my tracks, like a searing poker being thrust through my skull. A headache? Now? Nothing's making any sense. Desperately trying to keep myself upright as I clutch a hand to my head, I stagger forwards. Unlike the headaches from before, that gradually died down, this one only seems to be getting worse. Thump, thump, thump. It won't stop at all. I'm brought to my knees. I could hardly even think straight, my head threatening to explode at any moment, and then, through gritted teeth and a pained expression, I see it. Something that shouldn't exist, yet clearly does, as confirmed by my own terrified eyes. A monster. That's the only word that can come to my scrambled mind. A hulking, grotesque mass of flesh, with gnarled fangs and red, slitted eyes, seething with hate. The closest thing I can relate it to would be a dog, but no dog I know is 3 times the size of me. Its form practically eclipsing the sun. It snorts with flared nostrils, something like steam being exhaled out. Given its tense stance and the fact it's blocking my way, I can only assume it's here for me. But why? What the hell is it? Where did it come from? Why does it want me? 1,000,001 questions race through my head, but I doubt I'm going to get any answers from this thing. There's only one thing I can do with presented with such odds, and that is to flee. Yep, of course. I would be an idiot to attempt anything else. When confronted with something that defies everything I know about nature and has a look that says, I'm going to eat you, it's basic human instinct to want to run. Not giving the beast any more of my time, I spin on my heel and hurtle myself in the opposite direction. Any fatigue I might have felt earlier. Walter grabbed a sock. Is magically gone as I pump my legs frantically. It's amazing what fear can do to pep up your senses. As I run as fast as I can, but in my haste, I twist my foot at a bad angle, crumpling into a heap on the floor. Ignoring the nasty scrapes across my knees, I desperately try to heave myself up off the floor, but it's useless. I'm a complete wreck. I can hear the beast rampaging just behind me, having given chase. The fear of impending death is making my limbs useless, my scattered mind unable to give them any clear commands. The only thing I can do is turn my head around to meet my incoming demise, the beast stomping so hard across the ground that it cracks spread out with each step. It's over. Right before the beast can connect with me and bring my life to a grisly end, a dazzling, radiant light floods my vision, engulfing both me and the monster. The beast stops in its tracks, a guttural cry escaping it before it vaporizes before my eyes. What the hell just happened? Geez, that was a close one. Are you alright? A cheerful voice chirps. A welcome sound after the terrors of that thing. Don't talk to him. We have to leave before... And then another voice that's less cheerful. In fact, they sound angry more than anything. Look how cute they are. I'm so excited. The light soon fades, revealing my saviors. Beautiful. Did my phone charge yet? I did not. Instagram. Of course, because I never do. Look at those saviors. Aren't they beautiful? I think they're so cute. Is my phone broken? I need some coffee. There we go. Well, this is a Switch. Bro! So this is a game that's banned on Twitch, and I'm really excited because I've never streamed on YouTube. I'm a total nub at YouTube. Literally first time streaming on YouTube. I gotta take a picture to put on. There we go. How was your day, Ben? You came just in time. I'm still drinking my coffee. Do you have your tea? Are you feeling any better? Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. I'm so excited though because I've had this game for a while and I haven't even like attempted to play it. So, I'm really excited. But look at my saviors. Oh no, girl! Though, this is definitely the last thing I was expecting. Well, I hope you get better soon. Are you like at least able to like rest and like recoup today? Two girls, roughly my age, stand before me. I blink several times before I scrub at my eyes, hoping hoping things might make a little more sense. This can't be real. I have all Sakura games, but didn't play them. What? I'm so jealous. I only have this one, and so far I am clearly gonna like this game. So I'm excited. I'm having more trouble believing these girls are actually standing before me than I did the monster. I think it was on sale and I got it for like $1. It was really cheap, or it was free. I don't remember. I'm in bed. I have to get up to eat something. Oh no. I'm sorry. Well, eat something, and that might make you feel a little bit better. Give you some energy. Hi, Walter. Wielding weapons and costumes taken straight out of a fantasy book. It's all a bit much for my brain to attempt to process. I got them from Humble Bundle. Oh, Humble Bundle is amazing. Was it like recently or like a long time ago? Wielding weapons and costumes taken straight out of a fantasy book. It's all a bit much for my brain to attempt to process. What the heck was that? A shadow. The more cheerful of the two simply says that to me, her stance relaxing some. Huh? Was that supposed to explain everything? I glanced down at my feet, where my own shadow stretches, but the girl bursts into a giggle. Not your own shadow, silly. I think we just took care of, which you're welcome for, by the way, is what we call a shadow. The physical manifestation of all the hatred and negative emotions that might lurk in one's heart. Normally, they're not so aggressive during the day, though. It was really out for you. We're usually pretty good at nabbing them before they get to you, but this one completely took us by surprise. I'm happy we got here in time. You're not hurt, are you? Bro, it's amazing! So do you know what it is? Or do you want me to explain it? Because, like, it's really nice. It's, like, less expensive games and charity. It's great. Oh, so you do know! Oh, it's so great. I love it. As if things weren't bad enough that we had to reveal ourselves to him, now you're just casually blabbing away things that no normal person should have a right to know. Have you lost your mind? I'm cut short by the more aggressive-looking one of the pair, whose expression has grown darker and darker as the cheerful one had spoken. Looking like she's unable to take it anymore, she exploded, causing both of us to jump. Aw, but he looks so confused. And now that he's seen one of the shadows firsthand, don't you think it's just a little too late for us to quietly slip back into the shadows? Her eyes narrow into a frightening glare. It's clear she isn't happy, but I don't think she has anything to counter that. See? You worry too much. You only tell him what he needs to know, nothing more, nothing less. The upbeat girl brings her attention back to me, a sparkle in her eye. I love their outfits! Whoa. Jealous. That was a while ago, though. That's how I got... I'm not sure, honestly, because Nekopara isn't banned, and I played the first, or at least Volume 0, and that one I would think would be banned, but I'm assuming it must get, like, it must show nipple or something. It's the only thing I can think of. Maybe? I actually don't know anything about this game. I've never played it. This is my first, I'm so excited to play it. Where are we? We were... Wait. How do you know my name? Huh? Oh. Oops. She put a hand to her mouth as if to try to take back the words. The question continued to pile up, and I still haven't gotten any answers. You idiot. The serious one wraps her fist against the other's head, who sticks her tongue out in a sort of tee-hee, my bad kind of way. So you guys know me. I've never seen them in my life, and given how they look, I definitely think I would have remembered them. Well, we don't know you personally, but we've been watching you for a while now. You've become quite the point of interest recently, you know? Me? What the heck did I do to get so much attention? As far as I know, I'm just an average student. Yo, Poggers! I made it! Moror Ballant, hello! Did I say that right? Moror Ballant? How are you? I'm so excited. Is it... I'm Baywatch! I was trying to guess. I was gonna say either Baywatch or Ace because of Poggers. What is up, friend? We're playing a game with some cute anime girls who lives an average life, doing average things. Though after this, I guess I can't really call my life average anymore. How are you today? I'm still gonna call you Bae. How are you today, Bae? Can't really go into details because, you know, top secret and all, but let's just say it's not in our best interest for you to fall in the wrong hands. Well, it's banned on Twitch, which is why I'm playing it on here, so I'm assuming that there's gonna be a boob or two. I don't know any other reason why it would be banned. Actually, I'm kind of relieved we finally get to meet you so you can finally appreciate all of our hard work. She beams at me, leaning in perhaps just a little bit too close. Okay, Ro. I hope you're getting some yummy food. That'll make you feel better. She's throwing so much at me here, I can hardly think straight. Just who the heck are you guys? It's rated 18. I'm fine. Also, my name is German and Hungarian, so I know it's hard to pronounce. Don't worry. Did I say it? I didn't say it anywhere even near close to right, did I? Yay! Thank you so much, Bae! Thank you for subscribing! Woohoo! This is my first ever YouTube stream. She falls deep into thought, her nose scrunching up. I guess she's choosing her words carefully as to avoid another brutal assault from her partner. Think of us as your guardian angels, okay? Saying that, she gives her bow a flourish, and it shatters between her fingers. I think my almond milk was bad. It was kind of, there was clumps in my coffee, and now I'm freaking out that I just drank bad almond milk. I literally just bought it yesterday. Moments later, the shattered pieces of the bow begin to gather behind her, the shards piecing back together rapidly until finally they form a pair of wings on her back. The wings, while not strictly attached to her, at least seem to function as they sway in the breeze and give off a glimmer every now and then. Wait, are they literally angels? Let me get this straight. To start from the beginning, that thing that attacked me, that monster, you call those shadows. Yep. And those shadows had supposedly been hunting me for a while now? Because apparently if they catch me, it'll be bad for unspecified reasons. Yep. Really bad. And you guys, whoever you are, have been combating them from the shadows to keep me safe from harm. She nods enthusiastically. It looks like I've just about got a grip on what this whole thing is, even if it was a little sparse on details. Excuse me. Knowing all this, it brings me to the conclusion that I have no choice but to believe them. As crazy as this all sounds, I really can't deny the evidence before me. That monster was definitely real, and I have no reason to doubt these girls who destroyed that thing right before my eyes. Okay, so what happens now? Well, now that the shadows have gotten more aggressive, I really don't think we can go back to our old job of watching you from afar. We were lucky to just barely catch that thing just now, after all. Somehow, I don't like the sound of that. or what it might imply. At all. So, we'll be parting our ways for now, but expect us to be keeping an extremely close eye on you from now on. Okay? Bye-bye for now. She gives me a wink and a wave before taking off in the other direction. Her less enthused partner simply turns her head from me with one last before following after her. I'm soon left completely alone within the street where just moments ago my entire world had been spun on its head. Did all of this just happen? Aw, jeez. All this will have to wait a little later, though. Right now, I have to focus on the bigger issue, being late for school. I break into a sprint as I try to make up for lost time, all the while hoping I'll never run into those two again. Why not? They were so adorable. Somehow, I just about barely make it to class. It was a photo finish, though, through the door, just as the bell went, but I made it. Taking a moment to catch my breath, I drag myself over to my desk, the teacher arriving almost seconds after I collapse into the chair. Too close. None of the other students seem to be too bothered by my late entrance, though at this point, maybe it's what they expect of me anyway. I have been pretty late at times, even missing the bell entirely some days, mostly due to sleeping in. At least this time I had an actual reason for cutting it close. However, after what happened earlier, I think it's going to be impossible for me to focus on the lesson. I'm beginning to wonder if I'll ever get an explanation for what the heck just happened. I remember one time when I didn't save games and I got really far into it and it crashed. That being Doki Doki. And I had to go through it all without being able to skip. It was sad. Impossibly tall creatures. It was my third playthrough. Girls wielding magic weapons. No matter how I look at it, my brain refuses to accept it as reality. It goes against everything I know. I scrub through my hair, a faint headache still ringing at the back of my head. Being lucky enough to have a seat situated by the window, I let my gaze wander out, my eyes vacant as I stare into the clear blue sky. Crying Pepe? The teacher is doing his usual morning speech, no doubt talking about, I once forgot to save after 10 hours of Skyrim. Oh my god, so, okay, this brings me to a story about Final Fantasy X2. So one time I was playing Final Fantasy X2, like, on the PlayStation, like, you know, on the PlayStation 2, yeah. So I literally was, like, on day 2 of, like, not sleeping and playing it for, like, 24 hours, and the power went out. I didn't save my game at all. At all. It was the most depressing thing ever. I think I'd, like, put that game down for, like, months. I was so upset. It was either X2 or... shoot. It might have been 12, because that might have been why I didn't beat 12. Now I don't remember which one it was. But I remember going upstairs, because my room was in the basement, grabbing some food, eating it so sadly, and then going downstairs and going, guess I better go to sleep now. Those girls knew me by name. No matter how far I delve back through my memories, it's clear I've never seen them in my life. It's happened for most players, so save every now and then. Yeah, lessons learned, lessons learned. Can you connect Nightbot to YouTube? Like, if I do that, would all my commands from Nightbot happen on YouTube? I wouldn't want my timers. At least, I don't think I've seen them before. I think hard. Maybe too hard. To the point my eyes begin to strain. Nope. Nothing. I don't recall a single thing that might shed light on this. Defeated for now, I tune back into the classroom, while still keeping my sights on the sky, the teacher's voice becoming clear once more. Now, I know it's a bit sudden, but as of today, we have 2 transfer students that will be joining our class. Transfer students at this time of year? It's a bit late to be joining, don't you think? Even the teacher sounds confused as he announces them. And not just 1, but 2? Why do I get the feeling there's something off about this? Duh, because it's them. almost as if it's tied into what happened. No, it couldn't be. I'd like you all to make them feel welcome as they transition in. What did you say your names were? I'm Sayaka. Nice to meet you all. I hope we can all get along. I bolt upright into my seat, my head snapping towards the front of the classroom. That upbeat voice. Is it really? Guys, they're so cute. I don't think that would be allowed to be worn to school as a school uniform. Just saying. Sure enough, two girls I never thought I'd see again are stood before me. In my classroom no less, wearing the school's official uniform. The cheerful one, Sayaka, bows politely to the class, flashing me a grin as her eyes pass over me. What? What is this? The other girl is less courteous, her arms crossed and her brow furrowed. She doesn't look pleased to be here. At all. Her gaze passes over me too, but rather than a smile, she gives me a nasty glare. Is she blaming me for this? It sure feels like it. The grumpy one beside me here is Hikari. Go on, say hi. Hey, don't... Sayaka gives her a playful push, and she stumbles to the center of the classroom, everyone's eyes upon her. She looks like she's at a loss for words, her mouth opening and closing. Her face gradually goes red. I guess she doesn't quite fall under the spotlight. I'm Hikari. Nice to meet you. She trails off in a murmur before spinning on her heel and storming her way back to Sayaka, practically hiding behind her. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? Hikari stimmers with silent rage, her hands balled into tight fists, practically shaking. I'm sure if she wasn't in a classroom full of people, things might have gotten violent here. With their introductions over, the teacher mentions for them to take their seats. Wait a second. I only just realized where the only spare seats in the classroom are. One of them is right behind me, with a window view too, and the other is to my right. So that means they'll both be sitting beside me? Actually, this is pretty convenient. I can finally ask them just what the heck they think they're doing. Sayaka, with a spring in her step, waltzes toward the desk behind me. Hikari stomps her way over and takes the other desk. I lean out from my desk to try to catch their attention, but I'm cut short by the teacher, who resumes whatever it is he was talking about before. Damn it. I don't want to get in trouble for talking during class. I'll have to wait until break. That's 2 lessons away, though, which is practically an eternity. I swing back around to the front of my desk. I can't do anything right now, so I'll just pay attention to the teacher and... no! How can I pay attention to anything when 2 magical girls are sitting near me? I want answers now. Drumming my fingers against the desk as the teacher continues to drone on, I try to think of a way around this. It's better I don't speak during class. So... of course, it's so obvious. I dig into my school bag and pull out my notebook and pencil. I'll just pass them a note. Simple and silent. It's a bit of an immature means of communicating, I'll admit, but I'm desperate here. I scribble down my message. What are you guys doing here? I may as well get straight to the point. I tear the page out, almost ripping it in half in the process. Only one question is left. Who do I give this note to? Sayaka. What's it going to be harder to pass a note to someone directly behind me without looking too suspicious? I get the feeling Sayaka might actually want to respond. Kicking back in my chair, I lean backwards and slip the note onto her desk while keeping her eyes forward, as if I were a good student who actually was paying attention to the lesson at hand. At least, I think I managed to give her the note. After a minute or two of twiddling my thumbs, I begin to lose faith in my plan. Maybe this was... Suddenly something taps my shoulder. The same page I had torn out from my pad before, floating down to my desk. Success. Written below my own hastily scrawled, just barely legible message is one in far neater handwriting. We're here to protect you, silly. It had a smiley face. Protect me. Right. I remember her saying something about them being my guardian angels, and that they'd be keeping a closer eye on me, but this is ridiculous. I scribble down my reply, writing so fast I have to cross out a word several times before I finally get it right. Okay, I get that part, but do you really need to be this close? How did you guys even manage to get enrolled? Angel powers, duh. Did you forget how close you were to being chomped on this morning? We're not gonna let that happen again. And so far, as far how we got in, well, let's just say we can be very persuasive. Who actually writes? Whatever. At least she gave me an answer. Somewhat. Now I think about it, the teacher did look a little confused as he introduced him. I'm guessing they wormed their way in here with whatever magic powers they have. That's a bit scary, actually. Magic. I use the word so casually. Am I just accepting its existence now? I guess given the evidence, it's a bit hard not to, but I'm still going to remain skeptical. The first lesson of the day goes on at an agonizingly slow pace. I can't focus on a thing, no matter how hard I try. After what seems like an eternity, the bell finally rings, announcing the end of the lesson. There's still another lesson to go before break time, though, which makes it impossible to talk with the girls, especially since the next lesson is PE, where the boys and girls are separated. Why is my life so complicated? After reluctantly getting changed for PE, I'm soon in the schoolyard with the male half of our class. Much like the first lesson, I find it hard to pay attention to the PE teacher as he goes through our basic warm-up exercises. I follow the exercises, just about, with as much enthusiasm as a zombie. The rest of the lesson is sort of a blur, at least until some of the male students start to look towards the track field where the girls are. They're staring in amazement, some even rubbing at their eyes as if it couldn't be real. What's so amazing? What are you guys all looking at? I muscle into the crowd that's formed so I can actually get a good look at the field. No way. The girls are running on the track, which isn't an amazing thing in itself, but it's who's running on the track that makes it such an unreal sight. Holy shit, it costs $148? Sayaka is blazing across the track, practically a blur as she leaves. Oops. No, I didn't mean to do that. Stop it. Look at her, she's so cute. I checked Steam price for the price of the bundle, same one I have, 3 plus 3 games. It costs $100, that's crazy. $148. I know I got this one on sale. Maybe it was like $10 then. I don't know. How much is the first one? Look how adorable she is. She's literally running circles around them. She doesn't look tired or exhausted at all, save the beads of sweat creeping up. In fact, she has a big smile on her face, clearly enjoying it all. And if it wasn't obvious before, these girls are on a completely different level. I'm sure she's breaking several kinds of records right here. The other girls in the group helplessly trail behind her, their expressions ranging from sheer confusion to envy. Okay, so then I got it on sale for less than $10. Cool. Wait, how much is in the bundle then? How much are the other ones then? She's making them all look like snails in comparison. I can't imagine how they must be being showed up by someone who hasn't even been here a day. I can hardly keep my eyes on her. She seems to get just a little faster with each loop she makes around the track. It won't be long now before she just becomes a big blur encircling the place. Is she even human? I'm seriously beginning to doubt it here with this superhuman display. I think even the top athletes in this country couldn't compare to her. While Sayaka is hogging the spotlight here, there's someone missing in all of this. Her far from grumpier counterpart, Hikari. If anything, shouldn't she be neck and neck with Sayaka? I scan the ones trailing behind, but can't find her either. Just where? Oh. Behind the other girls left in Sayaka's dust, I see someone dragging their feet, a sour expression on their face. She's just walking, her arms folded like usual. I wonder if her arms are glued like that. She isn't even trying. She must really not have wanted to enroll here. It must have been Sayaka's idea entirely. All the game... What are you staring at? Come on, let's get back to it. All the game in bundle is $10 except for two. One is $20 and one $15. Ah. Oh, so it had more than 3 games. Got it. Oh, that one just had 3 extra games. Got it. Okay. Wow, that's crazy. Let's get back to it. Apparently, all forgetting we had our own lesson at hand, the teacher calls us back to reality, forcing us all to reluctantly stop gawking at the girls. The rest of the PE lesson goes by without anything much of note happening, and then finally, the lunch break arrives. I spot the magic girls in the classroom, casually chatting away with some of the other students. Huh? I didn't think they'd be able to make friends already. Though after Sayaka's little display earlier, she's probably the talk of the class. Kenta! Oh, Kenta! Hi there! She gives me a wave and a cheery smile, but I can hardly say I do the same. Oh yeah, hi. Look, can we talk? Go for it. No, I mean, not here. I mean, can we talk somewhere private? Crap. That might have came out weird. I'm getting weird looks from everyone in the class, a few of them breaking into whispers and giggles. Even Sayaka is feigning surprise, despite full well knowing what I mean. Oh my, this is a bit sudden. I don't know what to say. Come on, stop messing around. I've been dying to talk to you, both of you, since this morning. Oh god. I made it worse, didn't I? I've somehow turned this into looking like one of the most awkward confessions ever. Are you always this forward with girls you've just met? She giggles, going along with continued painful stares from the class. Well, if she's going to be like this, I have no choice. This is going to make it look even worse in front of the class, but I need answers. Take a deep breath to steel myself, and then... Hey, what are you doing? I grab her by the wrist, pulling her along towards the classroom door, whether she likes it or not. Given what I witnessed before, I'm sure she could have me flat on the floor if she was truly opposed to this. I think she's just messing around at this point, though. And you two, come with me. Who said you could touch me? With my free hand, I take hold of Hikari's wrist, no doubt cementing myself as some sort of deviant within my class. Thankfully, they both follow along without too much resistance. Ignoring the brunt of Hikari's verbal abuse, I continue on to the doorway. I just have to find somewhere quiet, where no one will hear us discuss this magic and monster business. The question is... Oof! Who's that? In all my haste to escape the classroom, with both girls in tow, I crash into someone who was already making their way through the door. They stumble backwards, looking slightly dazed. Thankfully, they don't look hurt. Are you okay? Sorry about that. I offer her an apologetic smile. Who is she again? She must be from my class. I can't recall her name at all, though. It's fine. She speaks in a cold tone, her equally cold eyes locked onto my own in an intense stare that completely betrays her words. Yikes. I guess she has a reason to be annoyed, given my clumsiness, but this is a look of pure hate. Okay then. My tea tastes horrible, no milk! Milk makes you more, like, stuffy and stuff, right? Oh, girl, I'm sorry. Do you have, like, any honey or something you could put in there that might... Well, I guess honey's not really milk. Oh, no. But honey will make it, like, a little sweeter. Confirming she's okay, I actually kind of want some tea myself. But that would involve getting up. I don't want to get up. Confirming she's okay, I continue on with Hikari and Sayaka. They're protesting, mostly from Hikari's side, increasing in volume. Girl, I'm sorry! I can't even begin to imagine what this must look like for people passing by. Does it Look, I know you drink regular tea. I'm trying to think of what else you could put in there. What about lemon? I know it's not milk, but that might help with, like, a taste, and that will help, like, clear up your sinuses and stuff, won't it? I don't know these things. I really want tea now, though. I'm sure, even as I head for the stairs, that the girl is still staring at me. Did I do something to annoy her? I mean, besides the clumsiness from today, of course. I can't worry about her for now. I have bigger problems to worry about. Namely, 2 big problems, one in each hand of mine. Emerging onto the roof, I'm thankful to see it's devoid of life. Safely walled by tall mesh fences, the roof is technically a spot students can spend their break at, but it isn't really that popular. Works for me. Okay, now you guys can explain this whole mess. I release both of their wrists simultaneously. Sayaka bounces happily, completely unbothered, while Hikari, on the other hand, rubs at her wrists as if I had assaulted her. Next time, how about you ask before you go grabbing something like that? You're lucky you were in a public place, or I would have sliced you in 2. Oh, this is exciting. This is gonna be one of those confessions I've heard so much about. Confession? 2? Both of us? What the heck are they even... I shake my head. This isn't a confession. You know full well what this is about. I can feel my face burning up. It really is exhausting to deal with them. Sayaka gives me a teasing smile before bursting into a giggle. Apparently, this is the funniest thing in the world to her. I know. You want an actual explanation for all of this, don't you? I just couldn't help myself. Thank you. I let out a sigh as my shoulders drooping. Finally. So, what did you want to know about first? I'm actually gonna grab some water. I'm pretty thirsty. Be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back. Alright. Let's see. Oh goodness, I get to make a decision? Frick yes. Alright. Just exactly who are you guys? What was that monster? How long are you gonna stay here? Which one, guys? Which one do you think? I kind of want to just... Who exactly are you guys? Okay, this should be an obvious one to ask. I asked it before, but only got the vague answer from them being my supposed guardian angels. I'm hoping she feels more generous right now, though. Well, I'm Sayaka, and this is Hikari. You didn't forget our names already, silly. I might actually rip my hair out here. I opened my mouth once to say that she knows damn well that's not what I mean, which it seems she's way ahead of me. In all seriousness, I'm not really sure how much I'm allowed to say. We're already bending the rules as it is, showing ourselves to you. I mean, really, this whole thing is a complete disaster. Why did you have to cause us so many problems? Hey, it's not my fault. I think? Just be thankful you're so important to me, or we could have left you to get eaten by that thing. The realization of what she said slowly dawns on her. It was quite fun to watch her uncanny, grumpy face go gradually red before she stomps in a fluster. I mean, important to us. Us! Smooth. Sayaka giggles and gives her a playful punch on the shoulder. Hikari responds by giving her a wallop on the shoulder, with nothing playful about it. Are these two even partners? Anyway, I try my best to keep things on track, though I'm sure it won't be long before it devolves into violence again. I think the most we can tell you is, we're not from around here. Rather, we were sent specifically to ensure your safety. Did you belong to some sort of group? Wait, are there more of you with these weird powers? I might have said too much already. She rubs at the back of her head with a grin that pretty much says, whoops. I probably won't be able to get any more out of her on this subject. For today, at least. Maybe if I catch her off guard another day, she might let more slip. So is there anything else you wanted to know? What was that monster? You know I want to know more about what the heck that thing was that they saved me from earlier. A shadow, I think she called it. I'm guessing there are more of those things lurking out there. And they're after me. Well, in this particular case they are. Though usually they're not so aggressive. But they've always been around, lurking in the shadows. It's really weird. I've never seen one so brave as to attack someone in broad daylight. It was like something had gotten it really riled up. Or maybe she falls into thought, leaving Hikari and I to stand awkwardly, exchanging even more awkward glances. Sayaka? She snaps out of her stupor, blinking back to reality. Huh. Oh, sorry. Don't worry, it's nothing. What the heck did I do to annoy these monsters anyway? It's not what you did, it's because of who you are. Who I am? Yeah, your blood. Sayaka! Ah! Okay. Sorry. My gram just called. I'm sorry. I am really sorry. She wanted to know if I let the dog out because the dog was crying, but she was actually dreaming, like, and going while dreaming, so it was really cute. I was like, no, Bram, she's okay. Alright. Ow! I guess I'll never know now. Hikari seems adamant about keeping this a secret. He doesn't need to know any of that. It's better this way. We'll sort out the problem at hand, and then we can finally leave this horrible school. You're no fun. apologetic look. She really sounds sincere, too. Like, she's practically bursting to tell me, but just can't. No use pressing it, I suppose. Maybe one day. So, was there anything else you wanted to know? How long are you going to stay here? This is an important one. Just exactly how long do they plan on staying here to, watch over me? Sayaka pulls a frown at my question, a genuinely sad-looking one that tugs at the heartstrings. Was it really that bad? It's almost like you don't want us around. Are we that much of a nuisance? Damn it. Why does she have to phrase it like that? That's clearly not what I meant. I think. It's just, as long as they're here, I'm sure there's gonna be nothing but trouble in my life. Oh, come on. I didn't mean it like... She suddenly burst into a bright, beaming smile again, almost blinding me. I know. You're just easy to mess with. I couldn't help myself. This girl, she breaks into a laugh. One I'm sure can be heard by the entire school, from all the way up here. We won't be here long, I promise. Just until we've sorted things out. I guess you can't tell me what needs to be sorted out. She puts a finger to her nose and winks. I thought so. Top secret and all that. Oh wait. Top secret and all that. But we're in the process of figuring this whole mess out. It shouldn't take long. Maybe a couple of days. A week at the most. Ugh, a week? She really does not like the school. If it was up to me, we'd be gone by tomorrow. I hate this place. It's so noisy. Well, if somebody was more useful and helped me instead of just complaining all the time, we might get things done quicker. Whoa, she said that without her smile flattering one bit, her tone just as cheery despite the biting words. That's kind of scary. Even Hikari has no argument against that, those words causing her to fall silent as she shrinks back from her deceptive bright partner. Moving on. So, is there anything else you wanted to know? That's all for now. I guess that's all we have time for now. I think that the bell for the second half is about to... Yep. There it is. Oh. Time to go back now, is it? She stretches her arms in the air, giving a small yawn. Well, I hope we were able to clear things up a little. That felt good, actually. Something like that. Come on. We don't want to be late. Sayaka bounds from the stairs as if we were in some sort of race, her partner trailing behind her as she gives me one last look. She stops, her eyes cast downward for a moment before flickering back up. Hey, what's up? Nothing. It's nothing. She's so cute! And like that, she disappears down the stairs, too, leaving me alone on the roof. Huh. I wonder what that was about. I guess I should follow after them. I don't want to be late again. As I start for the stairs, my stomach makes this terrifying sound that screams for food. Oh right, in my haste to figure out what the girls were doing, I neglected to get any lunch at all. Oh, it sucks. And so classes resume. After all the initial excitement in the morning, not a lot happens throughout the remaining lessons. They drag on at a glacial pace, somehow even more dull than usual. It's also hard to keep my mind focused on anything with Sayaka and Hikari on each side, there to protect me. I was half expecting a monster to just burst its way through the window and for the whole place to just turn into one battleground. Though, it might have at least made more things lively. With one final ring of the bell, school comes to a close, a hazy amber glow taking over the classroom as the sun begins to set. The majority of the students begin to filter out of the class to start their clubs or part-time jobs. Not me, though. I'm off home. While joining a club is certainly encouraged, thankfully this isn't a place where it's enforced. Meaning, I'm free to loaf all I want. It might make me come across a bit of a slacker in the eyes of the other students, but they're not exactly wrong. Wasting no time, I set off to school and begin to head home. Something that should have been fairly stress-free, but... I mean, I should have expected this, but it's still a bit much. The horizon grows darker with each step I make through the quiet streets, a pale moon slowly making its presence known in the sky. Thud, thud, thud. My heavy steps resound down the narrow road, quickly swallowed into the night. But there's also another set of steps, or rather, two sets of steps that sound on either side of me. Far lighter steps, with far more grace than I could ever hope to achieve. Look, if you're here to protect me, would you really need to be so, close? Yes. Those steps belong to no other than my self-professed guardian angels. Sayaka to my left, and Hikari to my right. They practically walk in unison with me, their shoulders inches away from mine. Don't be stupid. Walking home alone at night would be the perfect time for the enemy to strike. She's right. This is where we have to stay on our guard the most. Yikes. She doesn't have to yell so loud right into my ear like that. I think it must be just a little bit deafer from the sound from spending time with her today alone. Do you think I like having to be this close to you? You should be grateful I'm doing this at all. Another and a turn of her head, her vibrant hair swaying gently. Right. Sorry. Aw, don't be like that, Hikari. Don't think I don't catch you sneaking glances at his face while he's looking elsewhere. As she walks, Sayaka leans across me to smirk at Hikari. This is getting really awkward, guys. Huh? You saw... I mean, I was just checking the enemy hadn't landed a stealth attack on him. Sure, whatever you say. My left ear is rocked by a mischievous giggle as Sayaka breaks into hysterics, all while Hikari's face begins to turn an interesting shade of red. Anyway... I don't... You're the one who keeps pressing your shoulder up against him. What are you trying to do? Huh? She was doing that? Not that she mentions it. Now that she mentions it, the left side did feel cozier for a time. The suspense is killing me. What did she say? I was just trying to keep him warm. See, I care for his well-being, and I wouldn't want him to catch a cold. And he's not complaining, so he must like it. Without warning, she latches onto my arm, pulling herself in and almost sending me toppling to the ground. See? Hey now, this is... What are you doing? You're going to tear his arm off. You have to do it more gently, like this. Hikari latches onto my other arm, hooking it within hers in an attempt to tug me away from Sayaka. What the heck did this turn into? Girls, you really don't need to... No, that isn't how you do it at all, Hikari. It's more like Sayaka pulls back on my arm, and soon they both have a firm grip of each of my arms, determination across their faces as I become some sort of human rope. What is this, tug of war? They're going to rip me apart. Please, this is how it's done. Do they even remember what they're trying to do? What started innocently enough has now spurred into some sort of contest between them. They really are Ow! Now it's time to think about stuff like that. Can you please get off of me? Raising my voice more than I've ever done in a while, I explode, my body at stake here. And like that, they both let go of my arms at once, leaving me free to ensure they're both fully intact. I'm glad they listened to reason. I really thought I was going to die there. Apparently, it's not the monsters I have to worry about anymore, it's these two. Girls. At least I had thought it had been my desperate cry that had gotten through them, but they seemed completely transfixed by something up above. What are they looking at? I squint my eyes and gaze high above the rooftops, and then, as the clouds part and the pale moonlight shines down, I see her. Oh my god, it's the girl from before! A girl sits on the ledge of the highest point of one of the tallest buildings in the area. Silvery hair that seems to glimmer in the moonlight, in an outfit as dark as the night sky. She gives off an awe-inspiring look, almost angelic. Like she's some sort of angel gazing down from the heavens. At least I would call her an angel if it wasn't for that upsetting grin that just now spread across her face at the sight of us. Uh-oh. Is she angry? She's angry. There you are. She murmured something to herself that I can't make out from all the distance between us. Whatever it was she said, it was enough to make her shoulders shake with laughter. I can't help but feel like I've seen her somewhere before. I wonder why that is. No matter how hard I try to think back, I can't recall her face at all, though. Oh, you know what? In a burst of feathers, obsidian wings unfurl from behind her. Now, those definitely aren't holy. I've got a bad feeling about this. Amber eyes peer down at the three of us, narrowed in determination as the same unsettling grin remains. It might be my imagination, but I think she's looking at me, specifically. I can almost feel her stare. It's enough to send a chill down my spine, and sparks a faint pulse at the back of my skull. Friend of yours. I force out a laugh, though I know the truth. Uh-oh. The air is growing tense. It's like the time I forgot to do. No, stop it. Stop. What the heck? There we go. What the frick, man? S-A-I. There we go. I forgot to tag everyone in the Discord. I'm so sad at myself. I force out a laugh, though I know the truth. The air is growing tense. Like that time with the monster before, and the look on both Hikari's and Sayaka's faces can only suggest something bad is about to go down. Ha! Afraid not. Kenta, get back. I don't like this at all. But, okay. I do as I'm told and retreat back a good distance, not really wanting to argue when they look as scary as they do. So what do you think we're dealing with here? She seems far too human to be a shadow, but then I get the same feeling of dread from her presence. Ah, gotcha. I think. Wait, so is she a monster or not? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Can you stop yelling in my ear for 1 second and let me concentrate? I'm not yelling, sheesh. Right. I forgot. That's your default volume. Well then, just be quiet and let me think things over. You're so cruel sometimes, Hikari. The silver-haired girl, still high atop the roof, gives me one last look before turning her gaze to the girls. And then she jumps. What? Why did she jump? I can barely watch. She plummets downwards towards where my guardian stood, no hint of even beginning to slow down. Are those wings just for show? Faster and faster she descends before finally the pavement closes in. I don't want to watch, but somehow I got the feeling she wouldn't have jumped without a good reason. At least I hope she didn't. Mere inches from smashing into the ground, her wings spread wide as it breaks, before bringing her to a sudden stop. Not even a gradual halt. She just comes to a complete grinding halt, as if the laws of gravity don't apply to her. Even with wings, something like that shouldn't be possible. I mean, if a pigeon were to attempt something like that, they'd barely be recognizable on the pavement right now. In fact, her feet aren't even touching the ground. She hovers above ever so slightly, before stepping onto the solid surface, as if stepping off of an invisible platform. Part of me is relieved that she isn't hurt from that little stunt, but then part of me is also terrified as to what might happen next. The silver-haired girl stands before her guardian Sayaka, her expression still as unsettling as ever. I love what she's wearing. She is so adorable. Despite that smile, though, there's nothing in her posture that would suggest she has any bad intentions, yet the other two girls are tense. Oops. My head rings, just trying to focus on her, like that monster from before. Is she related to them? I clutch a hand to my head and try to steady myself. It's taking all of my willpower just to keep upright at the moment. Good evening, girls. She greets them so casually. There it is. There's the stretch I needed. Despite the intense glares directed her way. Somehow, I get the feeling she didn't leap off of a freaking roof just to exchange pleasantries. Let's go to the chase, shall we? Who are you, and what do you want? My, you're a hostile bunch, aren't you? Yeah. Very well. You may call me Yuzuki. As for what I'm after, well, her eyes split from the girls and settle straight onto me. Her smile enough to send a chill down my spine. I mean, I'd go with her. I'll be taking the boy if you don't mind. You see, he's very important to me. I knew it. Of course you'd be linked to this whole mess. Why wouldn't she be? Today is the day where everything apparently wants me dead. Sayaka and Hikari refuse to comply. I mean, of course they wouldn't. They wouldn't be good guardian angels if they just stepped aside for this mechanical girl. Or maniacal. Mechanical. LOL. No? I suppose we have to do things the hard way, The pair stand tall before me, their fists tightened. I think there's only one way this is going to end up. The air around them seems to crackle, the amount of power contained within them all immense. I'm afraid to even take in a breath, in case I set something off. This is dangerous. Even I can see that. I blink, and Yuzuki lunges for them in a flash, with the scythe seemingly torn out from the air itself. Sparks fly from the collision of metal against metal. Hikari was just barely able to react in time, changing her outfit in a flash and blocking the blow with her sword. If she had been any slower there, they might not have had their heads still. I knew it. You're just a puppet for her. She speaks through gritted teeth, pushing with all of her might to try and keep the scythe at bay as she pulls even closer. It seems like a fight. She might lose, though, as the silver-haired girl presses on without even so much as a bead of sweat on her brow. Sayaka! Feel free to help. Any anytime. Huh? Oh, right. Losing ground quite rapidly, her feet begin to slide back from the force. Hikari barks at her partner, who just about recovered from the shock of the strike. They really are in trouble here, and if all I can do is stand gawking, I know for sure if I go anywhere near them, I'll be torn apart. This is a fight in a completely different level than me. Oh, she's so cute. There's another blinding flash as Sayaka transforms herself, wielding the same bow I had seen her use this morning. Yes! She dashes back a little from the clashing girls and preps her bow, pulling back the string. I was about to wonder just where the arrow was, which one seems to blink into reality, almost fully knocked into the bow. She lets the magical arrow fly, her target obvious. Caught up in the clash, Yuzuki has no choice but to pull away from Hikari. She kicks back gracefully, the arrow is just inches away from grazing her cheek. About time. Hikari heaves a sigh of relief as she eases her shoulders, finally able to rest, if only for a moment. The fight is clearly far from over. The girls regroup and ready themselves, their mysterious opponent now going over with them, their unsettling cold eyes. Be careful, Sayaka. She's strong. I was just barely able to hold her back. Sayaka nods, a look of determination painting her face that I wasn't even aware she was capable of. Taking just a moment to analyze the situation, the dark girl closes in again for a second round. Ha! Is this all you've got? This is going to be far easier than I've imagined. Ah, this is so much fun! And here I thought this boy's little guardians might actually have been a threat. Silly me. Shut up! This isn't over yet. She twists her scythe and with ease and swipes at the pair with the same maniacal expression. Each strike is either just barely dodged by the girls or just about deflected by Hikari's desperate counterattacks. This is a completely one-sided fight. If that wasn't already clear from the moment the girl had made her first move, she's able to take both of them on with no problem, blocking whatever attack Hikari might have been able to muster in her position, and chasing after Sayaka whenever she attempts to make some distance between them with her bow. Fine. Let's see if you can dodge this. Whoa. They're moving so fast now my eyes can hardly keep up with it all. The action eventually just turning to colorful blurs as the fight drags on. Battle cries and clash of steel filling the air. The street around them is becoming completely wrecked. Lampposts are split in two, parked cars are being sent flying, and even chunks of road itself are being shipped away every time they collide together. Without warning, the intense speed grinds to a halt. Sayaka is suddenly sent fumbling to the ground. Hikari shortly following as the silver-haired girl stands triumphant, not a single scratch upon her. Look how cute they are, though. Is this why it's banned? I mean... Oof. That'd be a silly reason. I'm gonna eat some more Skittles really quick. They end up tangled in a heap together, both of them barely dazed. Thankfully, they don't seem too hurt, but they certainly have their fair share of bruises. Are you guys alright? Unable to keep myself from cowering any longer, I call out to them, taking a step towards the carnage. I freeze up completely as the silver-haired girl's hollow eyes flutter onto me. Her gaze is frightening, paralyzing. She came here for me, just like that monster did before. Do I have a sign on my back that says, "Kill me," or something? What are you doing, you idiot? Stay away! We're fine! Hikari rouses me to my senses with her harsh cry. It's a bit hard to believe she's fine when she's completely tangled up with her partner, though. They're both flailing helplessly in an effort to get out. Is this my leg or your leg? I can't tell. Ow! Well, don't hit it! That doesn't solve anything. So it was your leg. Okay, I get it. Why are you still hitting it? Just get off of me. You're so heavy. Heavy? Me? Yes, you. If you weren't such a glutton, maybe you wouldn't be in this situation. It's not my fault I like to eat. I think you're just jealous I can eat tons and get away with it. See what happens when you pig out, Hikari? It's like you triple in size. Wow, they're mean to each other. Excuse me? You're lucky I can't reach my sword right now, or I would... Ow! Did you just bite me? You can't prove anything. You're such a savage. This is a complete disaster. With my supposed guardians still trying to sort themselves out, I'm left helpless as Yuzuki advances towards me. She takes slow, deliberate steps, almost as if she was enjoying the look of sheer terror across my face. Now that they're out of the way, let's have a little fun, shall we? Thump, thump, thump. My heart is going to rip out of my chest at this rate. I should run, but I can't. Why can't I run? My body isn't listening to anything I tell it at all. The distance between us is almost gone. Is she going to kill me? Why me? What did I do to deserve this? I mean, as far as I know, I've lived a normal, peaceful life. The closer she gets, the more vivid my headache becomes. The air around me is heavy, suffocating. Okay, sorry, I was just checking things out. Uh-oh, what did I do? Oh, there we go. I fixed it. I was like, I did something. Even a simple act of taking a breath is becoming too much for me in this state. Her amber eyes narrow. She tightens her grip on her scythe. Why are you... Oh, it's nothing personal. This is just the way things have to be if I ever want to get my life back on track. What? If she ever wants to get her life back on track. Now, say goodnight. She lashes at me like lightning. Clear intent to kill. I can't even lift my arms to try and defend myself. It's over. Right before the wicked blade comes into contact with me, a bright bolt of what I can only assume is magic whizzes in from the side. Excuse me. Whizzes in from the side. Oh, I missed it. I missed what it said. Boop. Looking back at what was once a disaster zone, it appears that Hikari and Sayaka are finally back on their feet. Sayaka has her hand outstretched, plumes of smoke rising from the tips of her fingers. I guess I owe her one here. That was too close. I think it's time for a tactical retreat. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Are we really just going to run? I can still fight. Oh, shush. You can barely stand. Come on. While our opponent is still reeling from the attack, my saviors take this opportunity to dash toward me, each of them hooking an arm around me as their weapons shatter into crystals and begin reforming into familiar wings upon their back. Wait, what are you guys doing? Hold on tight, okay? Before I can protest any further, they both kick off the ground and we begin to ascend. Up. Into the air. We're flying. We're actually flying. What? Hey, no, put me down. Couldn't we just run? Quit thrashing about or we're going to drop you, you idiot. I will do no such thing. This is insane. I think I'm going to puke. Don't you dare, or I'll make you wish we were still back down there with that freak of a girl. We continue to trail through the sky. Oh, my back. Bursting through the clouds as if it were nothing. The wind roaring past me. The glimmering city lights below. The turbulence from being carried by the pair. It's all so nauseating. I really don't know if I can stand much more of this. Do you think we lost her? Slowing to a gentle hover, and keeping me firmly in their grip. I hope at least. They throw a glance over their shoulders, only just now being able to catch a breath. I think so. I can't believe we had to flee. Hey, we didn't flee, okay? It was a tactical retreat. There's a difference. Call it what you want, but we were lucky to keep our heads intact back then. Silence takes over the pair as they fall into thought. So, huh? Kenta? Oh, I'd almost forgotten about you. Sorry. That's a bit worrying. Considering you're the only thing keeping me from falling to a painful and gruesome death. You're not hurt, are you? No, I'm fine. Just, can you maybe, I don't know, put me down now? Right. I think it's safe now. Down we go. We begin to descend from out of the clouds, and it isn't long before my feet finally come into contact with the ground again. The safe, wonderful ground. I have to restrain myself from wanting to kiss it. I collapsed onto my knees, my stomach heaving. Never again. Okay there? Sayaka gives a solid pat on the back, which does a little way of helping my stomach. Don't... I can't get my words out after such a traumatic experience. I've taken a deep breath and try again. Don't ever do that again. It was an emergency, you wimp. Hikari takes her turn to pat me on the back. Though it's more of a thump than anything, like a punch. Urgh. Do you think I enjoyed having to hold on to you for that long? Okay, I get it. Just no more patting. Ugh. Sayaka circles around and bends forward to look at me, concern across her face. Whoa, I don't think I've ever seen someone's face go so green before. Not a big fan of flying, I guess. Good to see you. I have to go now. Thank you so much for hanging out, Night Gamer. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Bye! And thanks for stopping by my first YouTube stream. I take a moment before finally straightening myself up. Okay, I think I'm good now. While I was recovering, it looks like Sayaka and Hikari were keeping guard, watching deep into the night for any signs of life. But it looks like they weren't bothered enough to pursue. Weird. Okay, so I know all I've pretty much done is ask you guys questions since we've met, but If you're wondering who that creepy girl is, I honestly have no idea. Are you sure? She looks like one of you. You know, with the magical outfit and the wings. Whoops. I might have said the wrong thing here. They both turned to me, fire in their eyes. Uh-oh. Even Sayaka, who I thought was pretty easygoing, seems angry at me here. Did you just compare us to that? Hey, Feed the Weirdo! How are you? Thing? I didn't mean to... There's a world of a difference between us and whatever the heck she was. How are you doing today? For one, did you not see her eyes? This is my first ever YouTube stream. She's completely insane. There wasn't a hint of sanity left. Hikari wraps her arms around herself to fight off a shiver. I subbed, but I don't know why it didn't. Thank you so much for the sub, Night Gamer! Thank you! Have a wonderful day! She might seem the same as us. With her general look. But how her magic seems to work? But everything about her is twisted. Very tired, but waking up is never fun, but okay. Yeah, I woke up a little, like 10 minutes before I started streaming, so that was, however long I've been streaming is when I woke up. The dark shades, the black wings, even those horns. It's like they set out to become the complete opposite of what we are. Feed the Weirdo, thank you for for subscribing! Thank you! I guess this is still the Sailor Squad, but you're already part of the Sailor Squad, so thank you for being a bigger part of the Sailor Squad. Of course, we worked hard to get where we are today, you know. It's not like we were just born like this. With her, though, it was just, she fell silent, deep in thought. Man, I really don't get any of this. All I know is that apparently these monsters aren't the only thing I have to fear now. Apparently done thinking, Sayaka snaps back into reality and bleh. I think we have enough excitement for one day anyway. Boy, that was an accurate picture of me. Huh? But I'm gonna head and jump back. I can already tell what she had in mind. Wait, what happened? I missed it. What was an accurate picture of you? I missed everything. Oh, was it whatever pops up? I don't know what pops up. Oh, the zombie that came up. Oh, it's the zombie. I didn't change anything. I thought it would just do what my Twitch did, but apparently it doesn't. So we're all zombies in a rainbow little world. Sorry, I'm trying to like get a knot out of my back that's like hurting it really bad, so I'm just gonna leave it on auto and read it. Well, walk, okay? Walk. Aww. Oh. If you're sure. It's much safer in the skies, though. Like hell it is. I was lucky I didn't have a heart attack when they were dragging me through the clouds like that. Completely shattered after the events of today, we start the journey back home. It isn't long before we arrive back at my house. And I can happily say we ran into no more monsters or crazy scythe-wielding girls along the way. I can't believe I even have to take them into consideration now. What has my life become? Reaching the front door of my house, however, I'm posed with a problem. These two girls insist on protecting me, and were just about to follow me straight into my house before I realized they were still there. Somehow I get the idea my parents might be opposed to me bringing in two complete strangers. Girls at that. Plus, that would just lead to a whole new line of questions from them, and I'd rather not get them involved in this mess too. So it took a while, and a lot of negotiating, and I really mean a lot. I was pretty much on my knees at one point, but I was able to persuade them that it would be perfectly safe in my house, and finally withdrew for the night, giving me some much needed room to breathe. They did say they wouldn't be too far away though if I ever needed them, and that worries me. I closed the front door and almost collapsed against it with a drawn-out sigh. Any borrowed strength I might have had up until this point, draining from me completely. What a day. My head aches. My arms throb. My legs feel like they're about to give way. I can't believe I'm even still standing after all of that. The smell of food is heavy in the air, the aroma enough to make my mouth water. Let's save. Yes. Oh. Right. I think I've forgotten to eat today. I should probably fix that if I want any chance of surviving what tomorrow might bring me. Me yesterday. Ugh. Sometimes I'm just like, oh man, it's 4 o'clock, I didn't eat? Oh gosh. Apparently, it's just in time. Oh gosh. The short window of time in the evening is really the only chance I ever get to see my parents outside of the holidays. So I usually cherish these dinners, and try to engage them the best I can. But today, I can hardly even get a word out. I sort of just grunt in their direction before I collapse into the dining chair. As the meal goes on, the usual questions come between us, such as how our days went, and if I had been up to much. Ha! Despite looking completely shattered, I say it was just like any other day. I get concerned looks, but they don't have any reason to doubt me. Oh, not the eating part, though we're complaining about their arms and legs and crap. Ah. Before long, dinner is finished, and after several extra hepplings, I can't think of anything better to do than call an early night. I make myself excused and head for my room, my steps unsteady. Or like I'll eat breakfast like super early, and then I'll just not realize what time it was and be like, oh, at least I had that. I already want to sleep. Is every day going to be like this from here on out? I hope not. While I could just as easily fall asleep in the current position I'm in, there's probably a good risk I might suffocate, so I guess I might as well do things the proper way. If I have to. Ugh. I push off the bed and go to close the curtains. Huh. Maybe I already fell asleep. As I went to close the curtains, my eyes are drawn to an amber glow down in my garden. Uh-oh. A fire. A campfire, to be precise. I'll give you 3 guesses at who that campfire belongs to. Yup. The 2 magical girls. Sayaka and Hikari seem to have taken it upon themselves to set up a little base camp in my back garden, complete with a tent and fire. I guess when they said they'd be close, they really meant close by. I think they're trying to cook something, going by the pan over the fire. I didn't realize their lives were so rough, with how glamorous they generally look. Oh, they saw me. Sayaka gives an enthusiastic wave my way, taking her eyes off the pan. Yeah, okay, hi. I give a feeble wave back. Somehow, I get the feeling I should be worrying about this far more than I am. But, whatever. This can wait until tomorrow. I draw the curtains shut, right as whatever Sayaka was cooking in the pan ignites in a tremendous fire. I can just about hear Hikari's cry of terror through the window panes. Letting out one final mighty yawn, I flop backwards onto my bed, and it's not long before whatever semblance of conscience I might have had left drifts into the night. I thought it was going to be the girl's eyes, and he's like, the amber glow. Oh look, it was a nice night, no dream. Streams of light filter from the curtains, rousing me out of sleep that I wanted to last forever. Bull. I have half a mind to just turn over and wrap myself tighter in my blanket, but I guess I have enough to worry about right now without adding late to school on top of everything else. Let's tackle the day, I guess. I roll out from under the covers and crash to the floor with the grace of a sloth. Ow. On top of everything else still aching from yesterday, my head thumps once more, right on schedule. I really wish it could cut me a break. Just this one time. Starting from a crawl along the floor, I gradually pulling myself up into a walk, as if I'm evolving in real time. I tug the curtains open. Huh? I look down at the garden and find it completely empty. Not a trace of a fire, the tent, or the girls. Maybe I really was dreaming last night? I mean, they couldn't really be as stupid as to camp in plain sight like that. The fire alone would be enough for the police to be brought down. That's one less thing for me to stress about, at least. Thank God. Right. I better not waste any more time, or I'm going to miss my chance to have a proper breakfast like yesterday. clawing at the dust around my eyes, I start for the bathroom. Ah, a nice hot shower should do wonders. I pull open the door to the bathroom, and... Look how cute she is. The bathroom is occupied. What the heck are you gawking at? Close the door. Sorry, my bad. I slam the door shut, my heart an erratic mess. That was a close one. Wait a second. Something isn't adding up here. I swing the door open again and decide taking my breath once more, even though I already knew what to expect. What are you doing now? You pervert. I knew it. It is Hikari. And, rather undressed Hikari at that. She's caught like a deer frozen in headlights, her entire body tensing up in a near statuesque pose. She's down to her rather extravagant underwear, if you don't count the socks she was in the process of taking off. Huh. They match, and everything. She's even bent forward like this, my eyes can't help but gravitate to her rather ample... Kenta! Huh? I'm snapped out of whatever daze I might have been in by her shrill tone. Hey, Midnight! I am on YouTube because this game is banned on Twitch, and I really, really, really wanted to stream it. So I came over to YouTube to do that. How are you, Midnight? Oh, no. Bye, Feed the Weirdo! Thank you so much for coming by! Thank you! What was I doing again? What were you doing? Shut the door already. And I'm good. Yay! But yeah. I was like, this is a good game. At least it seems like it'd be a good game. I've never played it. And so far it's a good game. Wait. Shouldn't I be asking you what you're doing in my house? What does it look like, genius? Now go away. Her face is beet red. She's practically trembling with anger, though still frozen in place. How am I the one at fault here? Does it? That's okay. I'm only gonna do it to stream this game. And the games that I can't play on Twitch. Oh, I shouldn't eat all these red ones. Hey now, don't get mad at me. I don't remember ever giving you guys permission to freely use my house. Especially not the shower. Close the door. Not until you close the door. Okay, but you just, like, if you were to ban me, I could just come back with a new name. True. That's... Her eyes give off a dangerous glow, the room rumbling ever so slightly with a frightening power. I guess this can wait until afterwards, if I want to keep my house intact at least. Okay. Which I wouldn't be able to come back with a new name. Silly YouTube. I've never streamed on YouTube. Like I said, this is my first YouTube stream. I'd never really get trolls on Twitch though. I've gotten like maybe one troll, and it lasted for like 2 seconds, and then they were gone. So, flashing an apologetic smile and laughing nervously, I bring the door to a close once more. As demonstrated last night, sometimes retreating is the best course of action. Well, after that little situation, I find myself downstairs, both of the girls present. Sayaka has the same cheerful grin as ever, while Hikari looks like she wants to grab the nearest sharp object she can find and gut me with it. Again, that wasn't my fault. How was I supposed to know? So, do you guys want to explain yourselves? She tilts her head, giving me a confused look. Oh, come on. How can I be the one who is to find something strange with this? Well, I mean, what are you guys doing in my house? Using my things, even. Oh, that's simple. Since we've been watching over you for a while now, we noticed that your parents always seem to leave really early in the morning, and that you're the only one that lives here. So we figured it'd be just fine if we just, you know, let ourselves in to borrow the shower and stuff. So you pretty much just broke into my house. That's a bit of an extreme way to put it. We made sure to fix the window, you know. You did what? I quickly throw a glance about, looking for any windows in sight. No traces in it. No trace of a break-in, at least. Geez, what did they do? Throw a brick through one? I thought people who knew magic would be more subtle. See, it's all good. She tries her best to reassure me with her limitless optimism, her hands on her hips with a blinding smile. I can't say I mirror her enthusiasm. I bring a palm to my forehead, a headache beginning to set in. And for once, I knew the cause of this one. Is this really necessary? Can't you guys just, like, magic yourselves clean or whatever? I get cold stares from both of them. I said the wrong thing again. Kenta, our magic isn't just some convenient tool we can use so carelessly. I get cold Oh. Hikari finally speaks up again, having gotten over her mini soul. It takes a lot of energy to just even do something as simple as fly. And we always need to make sure we have energy in reserve, in case of a surprise attack like last night. Do you really think it'd be a smart idea to waste that precious energy on something that could be done so easily with an actual shower? Fair point. But what I'm getting out of this is, so what you're saying is, you could magic yourselves clean. Her eyes narrow. She takes in a deep breath, her cheeks puffing out dangerously. Why do I suddenly fear for my ears? You're an idiot. She sighs instead, the air escaping her in one long, drawn-out breath of defeat. My eardrums are safe for another day. Phew. I catch a glance at the clock on the wall. All this drama has really eaten into my free time before school. If I don't start breakfast now, there will be no way I'll make it in time. You guys do whatever then. I'm gonna make some food. I start for the kitchen, but Sayaka cuts me off, sliding in front of me. Her eyes almost sparkling as she leans forward. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Let us make breakfast instead. Consider it our way of saying sorry for this little mess. Right, Hikari? She pulls Hikari by the arm. What? I didn't agree to. Right, Hikari? She tightens her grip on Hikari's arm, a deadly edge behind her otherwise cheerful words. Oh, okay. Letting them cook. I mean, I'd let them cook. Why wouldn't you? Free breakfast cooked by someone else, you don't have to do anything. Sounds great to me. I'm not too sure. What's the worst that could happen? I didn't see the harm in it, I suppose. She seems to mean well, and it would be nice to take it easy after all this stress. Sure, go for it. Sayaka beams, making me feel confident in my choice. I think. You won't regret it. You just sit back and we'll have something amazing whipped up for you in a flash. With that, she spins on her heel and waltzes into the kitchen, dragging along with her a very reluctant Hikari. I take a seat in the connected dining room and ease myself into a chair. This'll be fine, right? It starts off well enough anyway. I hear plates and utensils clatter about, with cupboard doors battering along. Do you even know what you're making? We'll worry about that later. Now put this stuff in it, too. I pretend I didn't hear that. The frantic chopping of vegetables sound out from behind me, mixed with Hikari's panicked yelps. Watch where you're swinging that thing, you're gonna take my head off. It's fine. Are you sure that goes with that? Sure it does. I have a creative eye for these things. Is that supposed to go green? So we just put it on like this? I hear the unsettling whoosh of flames. Just how high are they putting it at? What do you think this stuff is? I have no idea. Oh, well, and it goes anyway. What the fuck? Things go silent in the kitchen. I can't tell if it's good or bad. I'm too scared to look. Is this really okay? Yup. This is how it's supposed to. Something explodes in the kitchen. Thick plumes of acrid burp. Smoke waft into the dining space. Put it out, quick! It's going to spread! How do I do that? I don't know. Just try this. Boom. The roar of flames. I can see the flickering of amber in my peripheral vision. Nope. That made it worse. How about this? Maybe it might have worked, or not. No more magic, okay? This time will work for no more magic. I don't know what else to do then. You're getting it everywhere. I hear water splash. A good deal of it. You would think by this point that he would, like, have gotten up to help them. Or at least see what they're doing. Like an entire bucket's worth of the stuff. An entire bucket. Is it over? Ha, I think so. And look, the food is done. I really don't think that's... I said the food is done. Apparently, done cooking. The pair enter the dining space. Sayaka has a plate in hand, a good amount of steam. Or maybe smoke. Maybe smoke drifting from it. I hope you're hungry, Kenta. We really went all out to make this, you know. She puts a plate before me, a sincere smile on her face. I guess she really gave it her all. But this can't be called food. Oh, it's charred, burnt crisp remain of what might have been food at some point sit on the plate. It feels like it might be hazardous to even breathe in this stuff. Oh gosh, she's being mean. I can see Hikari lurking further back, clearly ashamed of whatever substance they had created. I guess this is my fault for letting them anywhere near the kitchen. I should take responsibility and eat the food. I have no choice, do I? I don't want to make her feel bad after she worked so hard to create... Uh-oh. Whatever this is. Here I go then. I give the substance a poke. It crumbles into fine powder at the slightest touch. Okay. I'm sure even though it looks absolutely terrifying, it can't be that bad. Right? Right? What is this? Yes. Cool. All of my stuff is shipped from Amazon. I'm so excited. Maybe there's something good under all these layers of burnt stuff. I scoop up as much as I can that doesn't crumble away from my hold and force it into my mouth, despite all my instincts screaming at me not to. Well, I'm still gonna go on Twitch. I think I'm just gonna go on YouTube for this game. And I'll probably only do it like once a week. And then my Twitch is gonna be like my main streaming place. I think I'm gonna also decide to make some videos maybe to throw on YouTube. So that is gonna be what I use my YouTube for. But I just wanted to play this game and I know it's banned on Twitch, so that's the only reason I'm streaming on here. Well, is it amazing or what? Sayaka leans in expectantly as I swallow it down. I think this must be what charcoal tastes like. I fight back the urge to choke and give her a smile and a nod. Really? Yay, I knew it. You should let us cook for you every morning. Oh god, what have I done? And I still have an entire plate of this stuff left. These girls are clearly the real danger to my health and well-being right now. Breakfast soon comes to a close, with perhaps a more lively start to the morning than I'm generally used to. YouTube is weird. Think about Barbie. Huh? As much of a headache as they can be, it was actually sort of nice to not be completely alone in the morning. I wasn't about to tell them that, though, or I'd only incurred their almost criminal behavior in just waltzing into my house like that. I head out for school, my two bodyguards naturally at my side. I'm almost sort of getting used to this. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Had a friend and his kid streaming Barbie on PS1. They said it wasn't family friendly. What? Barbie isn't family friendly? Or like the people watching the stream weren't family friendly. The journey goes to school, but peacefully, not a monster in sight. Though I can't help but shake the feeling that something is watching me. Maybe I'm just getting a little paranoid after, 2 attempts on my life have been made already. I'm sure it's all in my head. I arrive at school with time to spare. Huh. That's a first. Oh, the chat was rated G, the game was not. Oh, that's weird. Sayaka and Hikari kept close to my side, so very close. I practically feel the stares of my classmates, their looks ranging from resentful to jealous. I can't imagine what they must think of this whole situation. Hey, look, guys. What's up? Do you really have to stay so close to me? I appreciate what you're doing and all, but I think I'll be fine in school. But what if, as long as you're at least close by, I should be fine, right? And I think it'd be hard for a monster to get close to me in class without at least having caused some sort of commotion beforehand. I hit the button. Guess I'll save it. Oh. So YouTube was like, wait, I'm so confused. That's so weird. As long as you're at least close by, I should be fine, right? And I think it'd be hard for a monster to get this close to me in class without at least having caused some sort of commotion beforehand. Hikari falls silent. She narrows her eyes into a glare and folds her arms together, tossing her head to the side. Fine. Whatever. She storms over to her desk and drops into the chair, her eyes straight forward, leaving me and Sayaka together. Did I upset her? Don't worry. Oh, the thing that, like, automatically checks everything? Give it time and she'll be back to her, less grumpy self. Hold on, there's something going on for Twitch Kittens. I'm probably actually going to end the stream soon, just because it's weird streaming on here. She only has your safety in mind, and is just worried about what might happen if she has to leave you. Heck, if I had it my way, we wouldn't even let you go to school. We'd just keep you locked up in a nice room until all this blows over. going on in my back is not happy right now. I don't think she realizes how scary that sounded, coupled with her usual grin. You're right, though. Maybe we have been suffocating you a bit too much. I let out a sigh. They're finally starting to listen to reason, if only a little. The bell sounds, signifying the start of class. I pass by a disgruntled Hikari on the way to my own desk. She doesn't even look my way. Harsh. The morning classes pass by in the blink of an eye. The lunch break soon arriving. I stand up and let out a yawn, only to find I'm not alone. Come on, guys. We talked about this. As if the conversation this morning had never happened, I find both of my guardians standing around me, oblivious to my irritation. What's up, Kenta? Aren't we going to get lunch now? I'm going to get my own lunch. You guys don't need to be glued to my side. Go do your own things or whatever. But what are we supposed to? I don't know. Something. Anything. I feel like you two have been pretty much attached to me since I met you yesterday. Stop. Some breathing room would be nice. I really am grateful that they're here. Otherwise, I might have met a grisly end yesterday. But this is borderline stalking. I'm not even going to bring up how they camped outside and then proceeded to break into my house. Oh, okay then. I getcha. Hikari understands too, I think. Come on, Hikari. Okay.